I think we need, let me talk with the United States first. We need to clean up our act. If we're going to provide leadership to the world, then free speech ought to mean something other than protection for pornography, for example. I think we've gotten very confused about these kinds of things, and I think our act is pretty bad. If you're outside the United States and you look at it, what you see primarily is our popular culture, which is sex, drugs, and violence. And we have somehow come to some kind of an accommodation with that. Much of the world doesn't want anything to do with that, and they have a very good reason for that. In the world outside the United States, we do not have an effectively operating international system at this point in time. I don't think that something like the UN, which is kind of a, well, it's useful to have an agency for discussion, but it is not a decision-making effective body. So we need some kind of a better accommodation and a better system among the great powers to try to keep peace. Now, it's difficult to do that right now because we're not sure who the great powers are anymore. And the Russians are trying to get back in the group. The Chinese are trying to assert themselves much more strongly. And that's going to be a very difficult period of time for us in the next couple of decades. That's the biggest single problem geopolitically in the world.
And individually, what do you think each of us should be doing?
Individually, I think each of us should be trying to improve ourselves. Our skills, our character, I think that should go on. I think we should each look beyond, and that should go on all our lives. Secondly, we should look beyond our immediate relationships and families to a role in a broader community. And I think we should have some curiosity and interest in the things that are going on in the world about us. So those are the things, and that requires us to overcome what is an enormous, I think, suspicion of the broader society, of the political, not that it doesn't deserve it to some degree, but a kind of an enormous cynicism that exists in the society.